Good day to everyone. Welcome to the third day national training on innovations and pedagogical practices in the new normal. This program is open for demo teaching for all subjects. Let's start the session with an opening prayer. Once again, good afternoon to everyone. So to introduce our speaker, today, it's a pleasure to introduce Dr. Joseline M. Santos as one of our esteemed facilitators. Dr. Santos holds a doctorate in educations with a focus on educational leadership and management. Her extensive professional background encompasses teaching a diverse range of subjects, including technology for teaching and learning, foundations of education, teaching as a profession, and research. Currently, serving as a full-time associate professor 4 at Bulacan State University College of Education. Dr. Santos also serves as an adjunct faculty member in the graduate school. In addition to her teaching roles, she holds the position of Head of Educational Policy, Development, and concurrently serves as the graduate school head for Research Development Unit and Community Extension Services. Dr. Santos' research contributions are widely recognized, with her work being published in prestigious international journals, indexed in Web of Science, Scopus, and other reputable publications. She actively engages with the academic community, participating in the scientific committees of prominent international conferences such as IC4A in Japan and ICEDU organized by TIIKM and Sri Lanka. Furthermore, Dr. Santos serves on the editorial board of Frontiers Psychology and Education journals, both Index in Scopus and Web of Science. Acknowledged for her scholarly achievement, Dr. Santos is also an associate member of the National Research Council of the Philippines, NRCP. Please join me in extending a warm welcome to Dr. Joseline M. Santos, our distinguished resource speaker for today. Good afternoon, ma'am.
Good afternoon po. Thank you, Sir Edgar, for the introduction. So I am seeing that we are only 18 here in Zoom. So I'm expecting that you are going to join the discussion using our chat box. Okay, so let me share my screen. Okay, so I am now presenting my PowerPoint presentation. Okay, so my topic is all about the innovative teaching strategies. Okay, using the chat box, I have I will wait for your answers. So I have here some questions to answer. Do you still remember kakasa ka ba sa grade 5? Or in America, the title of this is Are You Smarter Than a Fifth Grader? So in-adapt ng Philippines, kakasa ka ba sa grade 5? Okay, so without using your internet, your browser, just type what you know in our chat box. Okay? So, are you ready? Ayan. So, what is the tallest mountain in the world? Ayan, alam na alam niyo yan. What's the tallest mountain in the world? Okay, are you typing? What's the tallest mountain in the world? Hula lang, kahit hula pwede. Okay, yan, tama. So, kakasa kayo sa grade 5, okay? The correct answer is Mount Everest, having 29,031 feet below on the ground, okay? And then the second question, what is the largest ocean on Earth? Ito, kakasa ka ba sa grade 5? What is the largest ocean on the Earth? Okay, tama. Ang nauna ay si Ma'am Donabel. Okay, kanina rin si Ma'am Donabel, ano? So, kakasa naman pala kayo because the correct answer is the Pacific Ocean or the Big Pond. Okay, how about this one? What is the smallest country in the world by land area? Bigyan ko kayo ng hint. You will never think that this is a country kasi there is just because in the name there is city, but it is considered a country. Okay, very good, Ma'am Donabel. So this is Vatican City. Okay, located in Rome, Italy. Okay, and number 5, I only have 5. I have 20 questions for the whole lecture, but I will have 5 first in our introduction. So the fourth one, what is the most populous country in the world? Populous country in the world? Is it really China? Okay, tama si Ma'am Herlene. It is now India. So na-surpass niya na yung China kasi nga nagkaroon sila ng one-child policy. Pero ang India, 1.43 billion people as of now. And the last question for our introduction, technology, what was the first social media platform to reach 1 billion users? Alam na alam niyo po yan. Okay, yes. Tama si Ma'am Harleen. It is FB. Kaya pag nawala ang Facebook, biglang nag-crash, goodbye to our stories. Okay? And to our memories na dyan na lahat nakalagay. Okay? So the correct answer is Facebook. So this time, thank you for your participation. So I am tasked to discuss with you innovative teaching strategies. Okay? There are so many innovative teaching strategies. But I'm only just discuss one, but later on, I'm going to introduce also an artificial intelligence to assist teachers in their lesson planning. Okay, I know that you will really appreciate that artificial intelligence. Okay, so this time the objectives of the session is to explore and implement innovative teaching strategies that foster a growth mindset, to adopt student-centric approaches, and to use artificial intelligence to assist to the teaching and learning process. So yun yung pinaka-last part natin. Kaya please stay with us or stay with me. Now, there's a statement here na how innovation can help you become better at teaching. Paano nga ba? How is this innovation? Pero before you can answer this one, we have to make some reflection to ourselves by answering this question. So mag-yes or no lang kayo. Okay, so do you require your students to become creative and innovative? So you will just type in the chat box yes or no. Do you require your students to become creative and innovative? Yes, of course we have to do that, diba? We have to require them. How about the second question? Do you accept that you need to grow and develop as a teacher? Okay, that's another yes for us. Okay, so this is a very good question. Do you accept? Kanina, if you still, going back to the first question, requiring students to become creative and innovative. But before you can do that, remember that you have to start within yourself. Do you accept that you need to grow and develop as a teacher? So if your answer is yes, it means that you can do the first question. Okay? And then another question is, does this statement describe you? Okay, you will only answer yes or no. I identify room for improvement. Do you still have time to reflect to what happened to the whole day and trying to identify room for improvement? Yes or no? Yes, of course. How about this one? I invest my time in researching and thinking of better strategies to teach our students. Have you come to the point na even you are taking a bath, washing the dishes, you are thinking, what is the most appropriate strategy for this section for my students? Have you come to that point? Ako, yes. Because I'm thinking of the diverse students in my classes and thinking na for 1 hour, how will I control them? Okay? Because when the students are not doing anything, what do we expect? If the students are not doing anything, imagine, akala mo 1 hour lang yan pag nanonood ka ng Netflix. 'Di ba? Nanonood ka or may ginagawa kang iba. Pero when you are in front of the students, yung 1 hour na yan, 60 minutes, it counts a lot. Okay? So, what is happening to our classroom when the students are not doing anything? Siyempre, ay walang activity si ma'am. So, ano na ngayon ang mangyayari sa classroom na ayaw natin, okay? And that is, siyempre, mag-iingay yung mga students, di ba? And we do not want that to happen. Ayaw natin na, because it's a chaos. Magulo, maingay. That only happens to your classroom if you did not prepare for your 1 hour activity. You did not know your lesson plan or naisip mo, akala mo okay na yun, sapat na yun. It just happened na natapos agad yung part na yon, so wala kang pang support dun sa mga activity sa additional activity. So what will happen, mag-ingay na yung mga students, magkukwentuhan na lang kayo, tapos nadaanan ka ngayon ng principal mo or supervisor. Parang minsan ka lang nakipagkwentuhan, nadaanan ka pa. Okay? Now, another question is, I create something new or adapt existing method. So do you create something new or adapt existing methods? Nag-iisip ka pa rin ba na, for example, this day, ang ingay ng AI, artificial intelligences. Are you curious with artificial intelligences and how can it help you in your work as a teacher? Okay. And another one, do you take risks? I mean, when we say taking risk, do you try to apply a certain strategy, something new? And then apply that into the classroom, and during your demonstration, yun ang gagamitin mo. Di ba? Hindi ka naman gagamit sa demonstration ng new teaching strategy without practicing it. So take a risk. Alam na ng principal mo, ng coordinator mo, ng supervisor mo, yung mga teaching strategies mo. Mas maganda when we have the demonstration, try to use technology, something new. Okay? And then, another one is, does this statement describe you? I may fail, but I try again. Of course, we have, diba? The answer here is yes. Okay? Why do we have to ask those questions so that we can have some reflection to ourselves? Because innovative teaching strategies start with a growth mindset. You cannot be an innovative teacher if your mindset is closed. It is not open to the new ideas. It is not open to what the world is offering. Para bang you are satisfied to what you have now. Of course, if you have If you have that kind of thinking, you cannot be an innovative teacher because innovative teaching strategies start with a growth mindset. Okay? So now, in making our classroom innovative, what approach should we utilize? Gusto nating maging innovative, di ba? So what approach should we utilize? Maybe you are also thinking that it should be student-centric approach. That we have to make it sure that our students are busy because we have tried it already. It is tested that the students can only listen to us 15 to 20 minutes of our time. What if you have 60 minutes? What will you do to the other 40 minutes? Napakatagal ng 40 minutes na yon, di ba? You know that, you experience that. So that's why you really have to prepare a lesson plan good for 60 minutes, talagang using a student-centric approach. Okay? O sige, before we proceed to the next part of the discussion, eto kung naka 5 over 5 ka ba or you did not get a perfect score a while ago, so this time, makaka 5 over 5 ka pa ba? Or, mas tataas ang score mo, okay? Let us see. Ito, what is the hottest planet? What is the hottest planet? Very good, Ma'am Donabel. It's a Venus. Okay? How about this one? What's the chemical symbol for water? Okay, tama. So the correct answer is H2O by is. And what is the capital of France? Sarap din pumunta dito, nasa bucket list natin. What is the capital of France? Okay, very good, Ma'am Neriza. It's Paris. Okay, how about this one? Capital, the city of lights is the capital of France. So that is Paris. What is the largest desert in the world? Okay, very good, Ma'am Harleen. That is the Sahara Desert in Africa. And the last one for the second round. Are you smarter than the 5th grader? So what's the name of the largest moon in Saturn? Oh, parang pahirap na ng pahirap yan, Doc, ha? Okay, what's the name of the largest moon of Saturn? Okay, so kung hindi alam, I'll give it to you. It is Titan. Okay, so the largest moon of Saturn. Okay, now let us proceed to our innovative teaching strategies. I'm going to discuss with you the flipped classroom. Flipped classroom is inverts the traditional learning experience. Maybe you have heard already the flipped classroom. Ano kaya nga flip? Binaligtad. So ano yung babaligtarin? We are inverting the traditional learning experience. What happened in the flipped classroom? Lectures are shared outside of the class time for individual review as homework. And classroom time is reserved for class discussion and interactive projects. And why they are promoting this flipped classroom? Even in our school, in our own classroom, tingnan nyo, can I do flipped classroom? Pero before you do flipped classroom, alam nyo kung ano yung una nyo dapat gawin? You trust your students. Hindi yung umpisa pa lang, you are thinking that they cannot do it. That's why you are thinking also you cannot do it, okay? Trust is the first thing that you have to give. Bakit nahihirapan yung mga students natin? Let us say, you are an elementary teacher, but sila nahihirapan sa high school. Di ba? Parang sisihan lang yan. Ano? Kasi kami, nasa college kami, sino sinisisi namin? Yung basic education. So kayo, nasa elementary kayo, dapat at young age, we are already promoting the personalized learning experiences of our students and teaching them to become independent learners. Dapat doon natin sila sinasanay. That learning is their responsibility. Para pagdating ng high school, dala-dala nila yung their learning is their responsibility. Para pagdating nila ng college, sanay na sila. Kasi sa college, kung ayaw mo, wag mo. Walang pilitan. Unlike in the basic education that you really have to do everything. Diba? Sasayaw kayo, kakanta kayo, lahat just to motivate your students in learning, but not college anymore. Sa college, ang aming motto ay, kung ayaw mo, walang pilitan. Okay? Dito sa klase na to, walang pilitan. Okay? We set schedules. These are the materials. If you want to study, you study. Kasi in the college, they know that they are preparing for the world of work. So kung hindi nila gagalingan sa college, how can they compete to the outside world? 'Di ba? So kaya bakit sila nahihirapan sa college? Because they were not trained to become independent learners in the basic education. Now, if you are going to practice the flipped classroom, you are now starting to train your students to become independent learners para pagdating nila sa college, they are prepared for that. Okay? Now, what are the principal goals of flipping the classroom? The first is to make the classroom an active learning environment. Hindi yung kung kailan ka nasa classroom, inuubos mo yung 60 minutes mo in lecture or more than 20 minutes of lecture. The second one, to enable students to learn at their own pace. You know that your students are diverse. So how can you make a one size fits all lesson plan? So that is one thing that you have to think of. And another thing is to give the instructor more time to teach each student individually rather than the class as a whole. Because activities happen inside the classroom, it could be, most of the time, it is grouping. So you can assess the performance of each student in that groupings because activities are done inside the classroom, hindi yung kung kailan sila lalabas ng classroom, saka sila magpa-practice for grouping. So, di ba, that's the traditional way of teaching, of doing the lesson plan. So, we will try to invert that. Dapat all the activities must be done. Yung mga group activities must be done inside the classroom so that you can give immediate feedback. Okay? Now, look at the traditional class. And later on, compare. Where is your classroom right now? Is it traditional? Is it a flipped classroom or your class is in the middle? Okay, so yun ang sasagot later sa chat box. Traditional class, middle, flipped classroom. Okay, this is what is happening in the traditional class. So before class, look over the materials because maybe there are some questions you give assignment that there are questions to answer and be written in their notebook. And then during the class, your students are just attending lecture. You talk most of the time. Explain everything. Okay? You spoon feed them. After class, you give another assignment, activities for the enhancement of their learning. So they attempt the homework. So that is what is happening in traditional classroom. But look what is happening in a flipped classroom. In the flipped classroom, before, students prepare to participate in class activities because you're going to give what will happen to the next day. Hindi yung may surprise. Kasi you have to you have to inform them, orient them, what will happen in our next meeting. So you give assignment, they also prepare. Kasi they are expecting there will be activity. So if I will not redo my assignment, what will happen to me during the groupings, during the activity. So it's inside the classroom now, students practice applying key concepts with feedback. Okay? So, mami, I'll give you examples. Hindi mahirap yan kasi nga, meron tayong mga activities like jigsaw puzzle. I do not know if you are familiar with that, but jigsaw is also an innovative teaching strategy. Actually, we're doing that. Ako dati ko na yung ginagawa. So, binigyan lang nila ng pangalan ng jigsaw. Kasi when I was in the basic education, I stayed for 15 years in the basic education before going to the university. Talagang, and I was teaching then in a private school na talagang closely monitored kami. That's why we really have to be innovative, okay? So after class, out of class, students check their understanding and extend their learning. So syempre hindi naman lahat ng activities natatapos inside the class, ano? Because you still have to give assessment to determine their performance during that day and in that lesson. So they can still continue their activities outside. So that is what is happening in the flipped classroom. Ngayon, I would like to ask you, how do you describe your classroom? Is it traditional, middle, or flip classroom? I mean, kapag middle na, sometimes you do flip classroom, pero it's not really fully flip classroom, okay? Because you are making some intervention. So, ano ang classroom nyo? Traditional, middle, or flipped? Okay, middle lang. Okay, how about the others? So thank you, Harleen, for your answer. That's a good reflection, ano, na there are I know na there are some factors that we need to consider. So the same with Nerissa, that we need to consider in making a flipped classroom. You cannot do this alone. Kailangan the whole community is doing the flip classroom. At kailangan kasama to sa meeting. Hindi naman pwedeng sabay-sabay kayo na teachers in that level. Mag-flip classroom kayo that week. No, it could be 1 to 2 subjects only na mag-flip classroom ka. Hindi natin sinasabi na everyday mag-flip classroom ka. Try to imagine if the students have 7 subjects a week. Lahat kayo mag-flip. Matutulog pa ba yung kakapanood, kakabasa? So that's why for you to have a successful flipped classroom, it should be a community practice and all of you are oriented about the flipped classroom, okay? So kaya kayo in your year level, I still remember when I was in the basic education, meron kaming grading period na ang faculty room namin ay arranged para kami mga estudyante kasi nga ano siya private school, arranged by grade level. Yung iba namang grading period, ang arrangement namin ay by academic area. For example, ang area ko when I was in the high school is TLE computer. So meron kami first grading period because we have to prepare. Nagma-mind mapping kami before the start of the class, before the start of the year. And then, kino-continue namin yun ng first grading. Ang groupings namin, nasa isang grupo kami, nakaupo kami sa faculty room, yun ang permanent seats namin and area by academic. So lahat ng mga teachers na nagtuturo sa high school ng computer and TLE nasa isang area. Pagdating ng second quarter, we have to work on the discipline of the students. Now, focus on the discipline of the students. Ang seating arrangement naman namin sa faculty room ay by grade level. Kasi yung by grade level na yun, we can talk, ano gagawin natin? Meron kaming mga collaboration in the activities. Diba? Hindi kami sabay-sabay. I mean, when we give projects, kailangan merong integration of 2 to 3 subjects so that we can help our students. So, more subjects integrated, more time for the students to work on that project. So, in that sense, we can expect quality work from our students. Okay? So, kaya meron kami mga seating arrangement. So, mas maganda, you talk with the teachers in the same grade level para alam nyo who will work on or who is assigned to do the flipped classroom in that week. Okay? Now, let us compare the pre-flip vs post-flip. So, for the older nyo, kapag before the flip, students read over the materials. Kapag naman flip, students complete interactive learning module. So, ginagawa niya na yung mga dapat gawin sa classroom. Hindi na doon nagpapasagot, doon na nagbabasa, doon na nanonood ng mga videos. And then, during the class, kapag old, students listen to the lecture. Pero, if it is a flipped classroom, students practice applying key concepts with feedback. Okay, so ikaw man as a teacher, nung monitor mo, dapat nagbibigay ka ng feedback. Titingnan mo, tama ba ginagawa nila? So, bigay ka immediate feedback kapag naka-groupings yan. Okay, and then after class, students attempt the homework. in the traditional, kapag sa flipped classroom, students check understanding and extend learning to more complex tasks. Kasi they are given feedback immediately. Diba? Yan, giving feedback is also something that we cannot immediately do kasi ang dami nating paperworks. Pero if you let the students do the activity inside the classroom, immediate talagang feedback mo. Kasi you are monitoring the work of the students. Hindi yung they will work on their own, susulat, diba? Magpapapasa ka, nababasa mo ba agad, na-check mo ba agad? Hindi. So, hindi immediate ang feedback. No correction. Nag-lesson ka na the next day, wala ka pang feedback, wala pang correction na nangyayari. If you are doing that, you're not doing the flipped classroom. Okay? Now, here, how do you flip a class? Paano ka ba mag-flip ng class? If you would like to try this one, there are several steps. There are 5 steps. The first one is identify where the flipped classroom model makes the most sense of your course. It's not, remember, in applying a certain strategy, you have to identify a topic wherein that strategy is most applicable. Hindi lahat ng topic mo applicable ang flipped classroom. Okay? So mas maganda sa flipped classroom if it is, if the students already have prior knowledge. Okay? That's why here, you have to ask, you have to answer these questions. In which class sessions do you currently have an in-class activity that you rarely have time to complete during class and requires the students to apply their knowledge and skill? So you have to identify. Kasi kapag nakapag-identify ka na medyo complex, medyo mahaba yung time na kailangan nitong lesson na to, check ang flipped classroom dyan. Another, what concepts of topics do students struggle the most to understand? Kasi kapag ganito, hindi siya pwedeng individual ang mga activities mo. Nahihirapan nga siya to understand eh. So, ibig sabihin, kailangan niya ng support, ng help. Peer learning is applicable in this kind of situation. O yung peer learning na yun, collaboration, nangyayari din yun during the class dapat. Kasi pag papabayaan mo, iuwi nila yan, sa palagay mo ba mag-aaral sila? Hindi nga nila naiintindihan, di ba? So, mas maganda, and students really appreciate yung mga collaborative learning, lalo na dun sa mga part na they are really struggling the most to understand. Okay? And another thing, on what topics would students benefit from the opportunity to apply concepts under your expert guidance? Diba? Papauwi mo yung activity, o bahala kayo, mag-groupings kayo, pero wow, ang complex ng activity na yun. Nasaan ba si ma'am? Tapos nagagalit kayo kapag mini-message kayo ng mga estudyante nyo out of school time na 8 to 5 kayo, ayaw nyo nang sagutin, nagpauwi kayo ng activities eh. Tapos yung activities na to, kailangan pala ng expert guidance of the teacher. So dun palang X na, di ba? Okay, now, let us proceed to number 2. How do you flip up class? Spend class time engaging students in application activities with feedback. Okay, the crux of the issue, the point of this issue is figuring out for your class how class time could be repurposed. Ito yung sinasabi ko sa inyo na 60 minutes ang subject nyo. How are you going to spend that 60 minutes, di ba? So, in ways that provide students with an appropriate level of challenge. Kasi pag hindi challenging yan, ay, natapos na agad, hindi differentiated, ayun, nag-iingay na yung mga matatalino mong estudyante inside the class. Pag sobra namang hirap, nag-iingay na rin yung mga ayaw ma-challenge, okay? So, that's why you have to spend class time engaging students in application activities with feedback. Another thing, there are many possibilities for infusing a class with collaborative learning. Nakita nyo, ang flipped classroom, more on collaboration. Kaya nga pipiliin nyo talaga yung topic na pwedeng pang collaboration. So ultimately, it comes down to finding an approach that works best for your students and your course content. So ang consideration natin is the topic, the strategy, and your students. Okay? Now, the question is, how are you going to spend class time? Na ililimit mo lang talaga yung sarili mo to 15 to 20 minutes lecture, or mas maganda nga 10 to 15 minutes lang, ano? And spend time with this. Peer instruction. What I am telling you a while ago. Students prepare for class and give instructors feedback about what they found confusing or difficult. So kasi alam na nila yung gagawin nila, ano na yung topic to the next meeting, ano yung gagawin nila. So kapag nakita nila yung materials, ask them to write questions. What do they want to understand about our topic? Okay? So during class, students experience cycles of mini lectures interspersed with paper discussion. Ako ang strategy ko dati, when I ask students, what is the most to ask the students to write a question that they really cannot answer. Tapos ang gagawin ko naman, so they will read that question. I will ask other students and then I will let the students to answer those questions. Kasi baka yung ibang kaklase alam naman, o di ba? Less na sa boses ko na mag-explain pa ako, kaya nang pala explain ng estudyante ko. Okay, another question. Diba? May mga ganong estudyante that they know the answers. So you don't have to claim everything. Peer instruction could really help you a lot. Pag nagawa mo to ng perfect sa klase, alam nyo, you are also bringing yung self-determination of the students to always be part of your class. Okay? Then another is, cooperative learning to, team-based learning. Students prepare before class and experience readiness assurance, quiz over the content. Okay? So alam na nila yan. Then it is like gamification. Teams engage in structured application activities that conclude with teams simultaneously making a specific choice. So ang daming way. How are you going to spend class time? You don't have to spend it for your lecture only. Yung case-based learning naman, small groups with guidance from the instructor to analyze the problem and evaluate. Ito yung mga situational questions, activities, di ba? Okay, another thing, how are you going to spend class time? Process-oriented guided inquiry learning, or the POGIL. I know that some of you already familiar with this one. Students explore data or information guided by questions, generate conclusions based on the data, and apply these concepts with new situations. So itong POGIL na to, it is more on group activities pa rin siya, pero there is a process paano nila gagawin yun. Okay, so they have to follow that process. So the activities are structured to develop process skills, critical thinking, problem solving, and collaboration. Maybe you are looking for examples. Mamaya bibigyan ko kayo ng examples. Hindi galing sa akin, galing kay AI. Ang galing ng AI na yun that I will introduce later, di ba? Sa ulo, kapag mag-iisip ka, objectives pa nga lang, mahirap na, di ba? How about the activities? Several activities to spend class time. Okay? So, yan. Mamaya, lahat ng diniscuss ko nandun sa AI na yun. Hindi na kayo mag-iisip. Okay, makakapagpahinga na kayo. Okay, step 3, clarify connections between inside and outside of class learning. So, dapat nakikita na yun. So, how do you flip your classroom? What do I want my students to know and able to do? Na even that they are not in the four corners of the classroom, dapat nagagawa nila yung na-apply na nila to sa real world. Okay? What part of the current homework assignment could be moved inside class? At dapat alam mo din what in-class learning activity is being rushed because there is currently not enough time to do it well. So dapat alam mo itong mga to para you can assign assignment for continuation or maybe continuation for the next session. Kung alam nyo na this lesson could not be done without your guidance, without the teacher's guidance, okay? And what practice do students need inside the class to prepare them for the larger assignment? Ito yung mga units of lessons mo in that grading kasi alam mo that may performances ka, yung pinaka-major project at the end of the grading period. So dapat you are preparing your students with that. Hindi nagkakabiglaan na, ito pala yung project. Project should be discussed with your students at the start of the grading period so that they are seeing sense. Kaya ko pala namin ito dinidiscuss ngayon kasi doon sa part ng project na yun ito gagamitin. So they are making sense in every meeting that you have with them. Okay, so will the students make the connection between what is happening inside the class and the assignment they are working on after class? So nakikita natin yung continuation, connections nung learning inside and outside the classroom. Okay, so what content do students need to know before class to successfully engage in the learning activity during class? Ito dapat pag-isipan nyo itong mabuti. If you have this kind of activity inside the classroom, ano ang kailangan na prior knowledge nila na kailangan nilang pag-aralan as part of their homework para makapag-work sila and they will really be part of the groupings. Okay? So yan yung mga part. Kung ibibigay na sa inyo ni AI, yung mga activities nyo, yung mga ganitong part, assessing your students, kayo yun. Kasi kayo yung may kakilala sa mga estudyante nyo, hindi yung kakilala ni AI. Okay? And then step 4, adapt your materials for students to acquire course content in preparation of class. So materials are very important. You cannot do flip classroom if you don't have materials, if the students do not have materials, anong pag-aaralan nila sa bahay, di ba? So, it is essential for students to come prepared for class. So, i-prepare nyo rin yung materials. It could be their books, their modules, may pinapanood kang short video, may pinabasa ka in that website. So, yun yung dapat preparation for the students. And begin considering what students will need to read or view in advance. Okay? While online video content is associated with a flipped classroom model, one can flip a class by repurposing traditional materials. For example, yung module. How can you repurpose your module so that it can be used in the flipped classroom? So yung mga modules nyo, gandahan nyo yung mga activities, yung mga assessments, kasi dapat yung mga activities doon at assessments, kapag ginawa nila sa bahay, you are already preparing them for the activities inside the classroom. O kaya pwede naman yung module ma-turn into digitized material. Alam ko, isa na yan sa ginagawa ng DepEd, digitize nila yung mga module. So, kung digitized yan, di ba ang dami ng online educational applications na yung PowerPoint, pag binigay mo sa estudyante is already interactive. Hindi lang nila babasahin yung PowerPoint. They can interact, they can answer questions doon mismo sa PowerPoint and very interactive. Kasi may mga applications na ganun. Maybe you are using ClassKick, ClickPoint, like those na nai-integrate nila sa PowerPoint presentation. Ganun yung ibig kong sabihin na repurposing traditional materials. Okay, and still in step 4 about the materials, some common ways students prepare for class including the materials, online video, audio content, yung mga podcast. Di ba sa Spotify, ang dami na ring educational podcast. Baka kayo hindi kayo nag-Spotify. So, try nyo mag-download ng Spotify tapos maghanap kayo na mag-search kayo about your lesson. Makikita nyo ang dami ng audio lesson that you can share with your students. Okay? Now let us proceed to the last step, step 5. Extend learning beyond class through individual and collaborative practice. So you will extend learning beyond class. So students gain experience applying course content during class time, but they may also need additional practice after class. So ito yung, dahil since nakikita mo yung connections, even the students, they can still practice after class kasi nga the lesson is complex, okay? And in this sense, kapag they are practicing it outside the class, they gain mastery and meet the learning outcome. Kasi syempre, di ba, we have to apply. The students have to apply their learning. Kapag hanggat din nila yan ina-apply, there will be no mastery of the content. Okay? And another, use discussion boards or academic social media to elaborate on ideas developed inside class. Pwede naman na hindi naman it's always module. Alam niyo naman na nag-Facebook ang mga estudyante nyo, nag-Instagram, nagto-Twitter or nag-exing. You can use social media for the extension of the learning. Diba? Para, since nagpe-Facebook sila, bago sila kung ano nung gawin nila sa Facebook, gawin muna nila yung assignment mo as an extension of learning. And present additional problems. It could be on Canvas, course website, or from the textbook for the students to gain further practice. Okay? Ito yung extending learning outside the class. And another thing, you are creating assignments so that they can apply it in a new way or to a new situation. Hindi pwedeng kung ano yung similar dun sa example sa books or yung ginawa nyo inside class. Kailangan they have to apply it to a new situation. Okay? So, isa ring challenge yun for the students. Okay? And assign additional readings that further expands upon the concepts discussed in class. So, maganda rin that you are providing them some websites or some short videos sa YouTube for additional for extending the learning and create informal learning group. Encourage students to create informal learning groups. Pero actually, kapag may groupings yan inside the class, di natatapos ang groupings yan inside the class. They are really extending it. May mga GC na yan. Kung may groupings kayo, na-extend talaga yan using the social media, like yung sa mga messenger, nagkakaroon sila ng GC kasi doon sila nag-uusap-usap, lalo na may mga deadlines sila in their assignments. Okay? So, in that case, ibig sabihin, yung mga estudyante rin natin, they are already practicing themselves in a flipped classroom, pero you have to enhance it as a teacher kasi you are the driver of your own classroom. Okay? So, let us now proceed to the third part of our kakasakaba sa grade 5. Are you smarter than a 5th grader? Ready nyo na po ang chat box nyo. Tingnan ko kung kakasa kayo. How many bones are there in the human body? How many bones are there in the human body? Okay, 326. And lower. Ma'am Harleen, lower po. Okay, 202, Ma'am Donabel. Higher. Okay. So, 326, 202, 203. Okay, sirit na ba? Higher pa kasi, Ma'am Donabel. It's 206. Okay? In the human body. Pero may tanong yung, may tanong ako dyan, tinatanong ko sana. Ano yan? Ano ba? Adult ba yan? Or baby? May pagganong pa. Sabi ko, oo nga pala, ano ba to? So, bones in the human body, it's in, I think sa adult yata yung pinag-uusapan namin. Kasi mas maraming, I don't want to give further information, baka magkamali ako. Pero yun yung question niya. Wow, critical thinker. Ganun. Okay, what's the chemical symbol for lead? What's the chemical symbol? Ay, tama pala si Ma'am Nariza. 206. Okay, yes, the correct answer is PB. Nakuha ni hindi ko alam kung Sir Ace ay Sir or Ma'am, ano? Sir Ace. Okay. Next question, chemistry. What's the chemical symbol for sodium chloride or table salt? What is NiCl? Tama. Okay, very good. Thank you, Sir Erwin. And what is the world's tallest building? Ito. Diba? Isa rin nasa bucket list natin yan. What's the world's tallest building? Or nasaan na lang? Nasaan? Nasaan ang tallest building? What country? Ayan, tama si Ma'am, si Sir Ace. Okay, si Ma'am Elmarie. Ayan, tama si Ma'am Donabel din. Nasa Dubai, Burj Khalifa. Okay, last question for this round. Who was the king of the Greek gods? Who was the king of the Greek gods? Okay, very good. Zeus. Okay, the correct answer is Zeus. Okay, now, let us proceed to the next innovative teaching strategy. Alam ko, ginagawa nyo na to, no? Project-based learning. It is an effective method that helps students drive their own learning journey. Kasi kapag di ba PBL, project-based learning, alam mo na to, the keyword is real-world problem. So identify a real-world problem, then develop a solution. Okay? And project-based learning relies on developing key skill sets such as research, critical thinking, problem solving, and collaboration. So tandaan nyo, hindi nawawala yung critical thinking kasi critical thinking is the foundation of a good education. Kaya kung ikaw, nakikita niyo sa mga estudyante yung hindi critical mag-isip, yung part mo, you're going to have question, nade-develop ko ba yung critical thinking of my students? Bakit sila ganito? Look at our graduates. Bakit sila ganon? Hindi sila nag-iisip ng maayos. Tandaan nyo, that's why at the early age pa lang, we have to develop the critical thinking of the students because it is the foundation of a good education. Okay? Now, so that's PBL, ano? This time, jigsaw. I don't know if you're familiar with jigsaw, pero para tong puzzle. Introduce the opportunity for students to teach other students. Kasi, one of the theories in education, in learning is the most highest part or the highest percentage of learning is being acquired when others are teaching others. Okay, so explaining something to someone is often considered the best way to truly understand, like a protege effect. Diba? Kasi nga, parang para sa mga estudyante, pero yung estudyante nagtuturo na sa iba pang estudyante. Diba? So yun yung protege effect. So jigsaw, how do we do this jigsaw puzzle? Jigsaw in 10 easy steps. First, divides your students. So this is a collaborative activity na naman, ano? Divide your students 5 or 6 person in jigsaw group. Next, appoint the student from each group as a leader. So mag-a-appoint the leader or you ask the group to have to appoint their leader. Okay, and then step 3, divide the day's lesson into 5-6 segments. Diba? Parang yung lesson mo, pinart-part mo, ginawa mong puzzle. Okay? Step 4, assigns each student to learn one segment para hindi nila pag-aralan lahat. So yung isang grupo, yun lang yung pag-aaralan. Okay? And then step 5, give students time to read over their segment at least twice and become familiar with it. So dun sa 1 hour mo, 60 minutes, itatime mo yan. How many minutes do my students need to learn this part of the lesson? Kailangan ba nila 10 minutes? Give this 10 minutes. Kasi meron pa silang gagawin in the other minutes. Kaya when I still remember when we were doing lesson plan in that private school, bawat part ng lesson plan may oras. Ilang minuto mo i-share yung objectives mo. Ilang minuto mo i-share yung ilang minuto mo gagawin yung motivation mo. Motivation, sinet kami ng 5 to 10 minutes only. Ilang minuto mo gagawin yung drill mo hanggang makumpleto namin yung 60 minutes in our lesson plan. Kasi napaka-importante sa amin na we are maximizing our time with the students. Okay? Now, step 6, form temporary expert groups by having one student from each jigsaw group join other students assigned to the same segment. So kapag makakakita ka ng isang concept map, ano, meron na yung mga line-line. No? Ikaw dito ka pumunta sa grupo na to, ikaw dito ka pumunta sa grupo na to. Bakit? Ano yung gagawin nila sa grupo na yun? Sila yung magdi-discuss ng part nila. For example, group 1. Yung topic 1, i-discuss niya sa topic 2. So nagkakaroon ng, alam mo, ng movement, ng exchange of the ideas. Kasi merong iba, kaya nga sabi protege effect, 'di ba? Parang wow, ang galing ko, ako nagdi-discuss sa grupo na ito. So ganun din naman sa ibang grupo, okay? And then step 7, bring the students back into their jigsaw groups. Okay? So balik na sila. And then ask each student to present her or his segment to the group. Okay? So ngayon, babalik sila para naman i-discuss kung ano yung natutunan nila with the other group. Okay? And then step 9, float from group to group, observing the process. Okay? Any group is having trouble. If any group is having trouble, baka mamaya mali na yung binibigay na idea, makakapag-immediate feedback ka agad. Diba? Kasi nandoon ka rin, hindi nag-grouping, so punta ka ng faculty room. Kailangan nandoon ka rin sa classroom. Step 10, at the end of the session, give a quiz on the material. Diba? Lalakad-lakad ka lang ganun, magkakapag-quiz ka na. O, ibig sabihin, you are not using too much of your energy in lecturing. Kasi yung estudyante naman natin, kaya naman yung mag-isip. Minsan, we are not just preparing the correct or the appropriate activities for them. Ikaw wala ka nang gagawin sa classroom kasi nga facilitator ka. Pero yung preparation mo is different. Ipe-prepare mo talaga yung activity na ipe-prepare mo yung materials. 'Di ba? Hindi sinasabing wala kang ginagawa. Kung di ginawa mo na yung part mo. At yung mga students, gagawin nila yung part nila during the class hour. Ikaw, ginawa mo na before. Okay? O sige, this is our last part in Kakasaka ba sa grade 5. Prepare your chat box. What is the world's fastest land animal? Okay, very good. So, nakauna sa cheetah. Sir Erwin. Okay, next. Art, who painted the Mona Lisa? Who painted the Mona Lisa? Okay, very good, Ma'am Donabel. Yes, si Da Vinci, Leonardo da Vinci. Okay, next. Mathematics. What is the square root of 64? Ba't ba may T doon? What's the square root of 64? Okay, wow. Ma-teacher ba si Sir Ace? Okay, tama. The answer is Ace. Ay, sorry. The answer is 8. Diba? Kakatunog kasi ng Ace. Okay. What is the process by which plants convert sunlight into energy? Okay, very good. The answer is photosynthesis. Okay? And the last question, naka-20 tayo, no? Na-scorean niyo ba yung sarili niyo? What's the name of the first person to walk on the moon? What's the name of the first person to walk on the moon? Yes, the correct answer ay Neil Armstrong. Okay. So, yan na, naka-20. Naskoran niyo ba yung sarili niyo? Ano ba kaya? 20 out of 20, 19, 18. So, kapag kayo ay marami kayo nasagutan, ibig sabihin, wow, natatandaan niyo pa ang mga general information when you were in the basic education. Okay, eto na ngayon. Yung sinasabi ko sa inyo, AI. Have you heard EduAid? Meron na ba ditong gumagamit ng EduAid? That AI? Have you encountered this one? O first time? First time ba? Sa EduAid? That AI? Okay, maybe siguro hindi nyo pa na-encounter, no? Let me introduce with you okay, first time. So let me introduce with you, for sure, you're going to, sa dami ng diniscuss ko, kulang pa ngayon, dapat sa 10 innovative strategies eh. Pero nakakapagod mag-isip totoo. Nakapagod mag-isip ng ano bang activities na naman bibigay ko dito sa lesson na to, sa mga type of my students, di ba? Pero EduAid.ai will really help you. Okay, what is EduAid AI? It is an AI-driven, artificial intelligence-driven platform that helps educators create lesson plans, teaching resources, and assessments. Hindi siya hindi siya online educational activities na like ng Kahoot, quizzes, Mentimeter na ginagamit mo inside the classroom. No, EduAid.ai will help you prepare your classroom. Okay? Now, what are the features of EduAid.ai? Instructional planning without boundaries. Spend more time on your students. Kasi 'di ba, nakakaubos ng oras yung nag-iisip ka ng activity. Pero iba pa yung time na iniisip mo into implementation. Paano ko ba 'to i-implement? Saka iisip mo pa lang ng activities na really appropriate for that lesson and to that level of students. Naubos na yung oras mo to prepare. Kailangan mo mag-prepare ng materials, di ba? So, less on administrative task. And cobbling together, curating, putting together resources with EduAid AI's lesson planning platform. Now, And another thing is generate teaching resources. Over 100 resource types and learning objects to choose from. Napakaraming activities mong magagawa dito. I'm telling you, mananawa ka at magiging innovative ka kasi first time mo lang nakita yung strategy na yon. First time mo lang siyang gagamitin. So, you're really going to explore, okay? And the teacher's assistant. Kasi ang mangyayari, streamline administrative duties. Unlock time previously reserved for paperwork and procedural tasks and engage in deep work. Ito yung sinasabi ko sa inyo na mag-isip ng activity takes time. Pero yung planuhin mo rin kung paano mo i-implement is another time. Diba? So, hindi ka na mag-iisip kasi ire-ready ng EduAid AI yung mga activities mo. So, yung time mo, ifo-focus mo na lang doon sa mga students mo. How are you going to implement this to your students? Another feature, personalization tools. Meet the needs of diverse learners. Kasi ibibigyan kanya talaga ng different activities. Mananawa ka naman. So, syempre, si AI, general yung ibibigay niya. Kung anong klase mga estudyante, like kung visual ba yan, kinesthetic ba yan, auditory, o kaya mga intelligences, logistic, logical, ano pa, naturalistic, di ba? May mga ganyan sa intelligences. Okay? So, ibibigay niya yun. Ikaw naman, you know your students. So, alam mo kung ano i-apply mo sa mga estudyante na ganito ang intelligence, di ba? Now, meron din ditong feedback bot. Ito, napakaganda nito kasi magagamit mo lang to kapag may account ka, mamaya di-discuss ko kasi ang mura niya lang. Alam nyo ba na kapag may pinagawa kayong essay sa students nyo, yung essay na yon, eto yung sagot ng estudyante, ika-copy-paste mo lang dito, tapos ano ba yung hinahanap mo dun sa essay na yon? May option, may ikiklik ka, press enter key, i-analyze niya yung sagot ng estudyante. Wow, ang galing nitong AI na to. Then, ask the AI model, yung EduAid chat, meron, kunwari, nag-iisip ka ng lesson, nagpe-prepare ka, wala kang makausap, i-chat mo lang si EduAid chat. Okay? At may makakausap na kahit ano gusto mong itanong, sasagutin niya. Okay? And another feature, assessment builder. Create assessments in record time. Kasi gagawan ka talaga niya ng assessment. Craft an assessment using 6 different questions. Yun yung pinaka-maximum niya. Parang mga, at the end of the lesson, di ba nag-short quiz tayo? Ayan, for checking understanding, gagawin na ni AI para sa'yo, ni EduAid. So, summing up, EduAid AI is an integrated lesson planning platform. All your tools in one place. Source it. Ang daming sources ni AI. Shape it. So, talagang yung ibibigay niya sa'yo, activities is appropriate to the content and to the level of the students. And share it kasi you can share with the other users of AI. Pero kapag ito natutunan nyo, it could be one of your topics in your LAC session. Okay? So, ito ngayon yung pricing niya. Kapag free ka lang, tulad ko kahapon, or isang araw ko po pine-prepare, 15 generations per month. Sa dami ng pinractice ko at medyo, talaga bang ang daming activities. Gusto ko i-try lahat. Naka-15 ako. Okay? So, limited feedback bot and enhance and transform features, limited din yan. Pero you can have these 3. Ayun. Pero kapag nag-808.ai ka, Pro, this is only 49.99 per year. This is in 3,000 pesos only kasi kung 56, di ba? 56 ang dollar sa 49.99, nasa 2,000 or 3,000. Andali, calculator natin. Okay, so 49.99 times 56. 2,799 lang yan per year. Pero tingnan nyo, unlimited na yung paggamit mo ng generations. Kahit ilan ang itry mo. Kasi nag-explore ka, di ba? 75 plus content generator resources, 25 plus teaching assistant resources, increased feedback bot assignment length. Kasi kapag free, 15/15 lang, 15 words lang. Eh, syempre, essay yun. Paano yun? Okay? EduAid chat, meron na. Meron na sa Kapag pro ka na, enhance and then transform features, all features and tools. Pero kung ayaw mo namang mag-spend ng 2,799 for 1 year dahil di mo naman siya gagamitin per year, you can have it per month. Tulad ng ginawa ko ngayon. Kasi, syempre, i-demo ko sa inyo, tapos naubusan ako ng generations. Ano? So, purchase ako per month lang. 5.99. So, yung 5.99 na yan, times 56. 335. Pero grabe yung assistant na may ibibigay sa inyo ni... Uy, wala akong commission sa edua.ai ah. Kinukwento ko lang sa inyo. Okay, o sige. So, kayo na mag-decide. Pero ako, for this purpose, nag-per month ako. Kasi I'm in college already. Pero I'm teaching research kasi. Di ko masyadong kailangan sa edua.ai. Pero pag binigyan ulit ako ng technology for teaching and learning, i-share ko to sa mga students ko, yung edua.ai. Okay? So let's explore edua.ai. So I will now open my wait lang. Okay, mag-stop sharing lang po ako. I'll share my... Okay, this one. Ayan. Siyempre, this is also similar to the other logins, ano? Kapag magla-login ka, so you may log in using your email account. Okay? So ako ay... Nandito na ako sa loob ng just type edua.ai. So ngayon, these are the different features. Ito yung generator, assistant, mamaya we will try this. Ano? Ito, the first thing that you have to do, meron dito, you have to identify the subject and the grade level. Tapos ang dami dito kang pamimilian. May planning, information objects, independent practice, cooperative learning. Tingnan ko mas malalakihan ko pa yung percentage. Ayan. Ayan. Okay. Now, so dapat para talagang appropriate to your subject and to the grade level. Ako, ang ginawa ko, pumunta ako sa curriculum guide. Nag-open ako ng curriculum guide. Ayan. Nag-open ako, humanap ako sa curriculum guide. For example, grade 3 science. Kinuha ko yung content properties, yung content standard, performance standard, and learning competency pa. Kasi ang mga AI, they are very good. Pero it depends on the input of the user. Kung hindi mo yan bibigyan ng detailed input, hindi ka rin niya bibigyan ng detailed output. So, science tayo, grade 3. Yan. Kunwari, nagtuturo ako ng science grade 3. Tapos, I will paste here, Control V. Ito yung nakuha ko sa curriculum guide. Content, properties, characteristics of solids, liquids, and gases. Content standard, the learners demonstrate understanding of ways of sorting materials and describing them as solid, liquid, or gas based on observable properties. Performance standard, the learners should be able to group common objects found at home and in school according to solids, liquids, and gas. And for the learning competency, the learner should be able to describe different objects based on their characteristics. Example, shape, weight, volume, ease of flow. So lahat na nakuha ko to sa curriculum guide K-12 grade 3. Okay, now, punta tayo dito. Na-set mo na. Dito tayo sa planning. What kind of lesson plan are you doing? If your school allow you to work on a unit plan, kapag unit plan, dagdagan nyo syempre yung ititype nyo sa baba. Kasi unit nga. So, isang unit yung itype nyo. Okay? From the curriculum guide. Pero there are some daw na pinapagamit daw kayo ng 5E. Okay? If you are familiar also to Gagne's 9 events of instruction, tinuturo ko to dati sa facilitating learning na course. Okay? So, kasi may steps, pero parang lesson planning din yan. So, dito tayo sa lesson plan 5 is. Okay? And then, add to workspace. So, it's now generating. This is your workspace. Nandito yan lahat sa right side. Lesson plan properties of solids, liquids, and gases. Grade level, 3rd grade. Content standard, yan yung mga pinagtatype mo from the curriculum guide. Key vocabulary, meron na. Ano yung mga materials daw na kailangan mo in that, in this lesson. Yan. And then engage. So, 5 is kasi, no, engage. Ayan, may oras din siya. 10 minutes. Ayan. So, begin the lesson by asking students to brainstorm. Sasabihin niya na sa'yo, ano gagawin mo sa engage. Write the responses as students. So, explore. Ano naman gagawin ng explore? In 10 minutes, also show students various objects. Ask students to observe. Have students work in pairs. Yan. Tapos explain the 3rd E, 10 minutes. Facilitate a class discussion. Introduce the term solid. So, ito yung explain, ito yung part mo na mag-lecture. Ano? Okay. Then use the objects, display pictures. Then elaborate. Divide the class into groups. 10 minutes lang dito. In their groups, students should sort the picture cards. Siyempre, ano lang to, very simple lang yung mga activity kasi grade 3, ano? Then evaluate. 10 minutes, have each group present their sorted picture cards, ask the class to discuss, summarize. Closure, 2 minutes. O magre-review ng key vocabulary, ask students to summarize. Options for differentiation. Bibigyan ka pa, di ba? So provide sentence, stems, or graph. Organizer for struggling student, pair students with different level, and offer additional challenging questions. Assessment of learning. O, bibigyan ka pa ng formative assessment. Observe and assess students. Kung gusto mo, multiple choice matching type, mamaya natin gagawin yon. May summative assessment din. Di ba? Ang galing. So, mag-heart react nga kayo if you are amazed also. Ako nung natutunan ko to, super amazed din ako, no? Okay, so may heart react tayo dyan sa Zoom. Okay, so this time, so tapos na nakita nyo to, palitan ko lang konti. Yan. Kasi makikita natin dito kung ilang minutes. Balik ko lang sa 100. Ayan, o. Okay, so nakailan tayo? 10, 20, 30, 40, 50. 52 minutes. Eh kung meron ka 60 minutes, syempre di naman perfect yan na talagang magagawa mo yung pag sinabing 10 minutes yan, ano? At least may allowance ka. Yun din yung isa doon. Kailangan magbigay ka ng allowance kasi alam mo maraming factors na pwedeng hindi mo yan magawa. 'Di ba? Okay. So, let us now proceed. So, ayan na yan, ha. Nandito tayo sa... Ayan. Dito tayo sa planning. Punta tayo ng informing objects. Ano ba pwede mong magawa? May direct instruction, script, pati pa yung paano mo gagawin. Elaborated analogy, slides outline, informative text. So, sentence stems, vocabulary list, acronym. Try natin yung elaborated analogy. Connect to be learned material to a more concrete analogy. So, kiklik mo lang and then punta ka dito sa add to workspace. Madadagdag siya ngayon dito. Imagine you are at the playground, surrounded by different types of children playing. Each child represents a different state of matter, solid, liquid, or gas. The first child, let's call him Sam. Di ba may storytelling pa? Ang galing. Tapos by observing these children at the playground, we can understand the characteristics of solid. Kasi dun sa story mo, nandun na yung characteristics. Di ba? So, just try to be creative na tinutulungan ka ng EduAid. Tapos ikaw naman, since sa grade 3 nga yun, ano, gusto pa yan, mga storytelling, tapos pwede namang sila yung mga actors and actresses ng storytelling mo. Why not? Diba? Ang saya nun. Okay, so ganyan. Explore nyo lang yan. Ang dami pa, grabe. Independent practice. Okay, syempre hindi naman lagi, diba, na collaborative. May pang-independent practice din. Okay, so you can have your extension worksheet. Try natin yung extension worksheet. para sa individual activities. Okay, tingnan natin yung ating workspace. Ito yon. Worksheet characteristics of multiple choice questions, meron. Vocabulary matching, pang individual activities to. Ayan. Scenario-based questions. Ibibigay na rin sa'yo. May scenario pa, di ba? Situational. Yan yung mga sinasabi ko kanina during my discussion. May mga riddle questions ma. I have a definite shape and volume. I am not easily poured or flowable. What am I? Di ba? Ang galing. May critical thinking real world. Pang project-based learning. Diba? San ka pa? Okay, next. Dito tayo sa cooperative. O, diba? Sabi sa flip classroom, cooperative learning. Ito yung diniscuss ko kanina. Jigsaw activity. Di ka na mag-iisip. Iisipin niya ni AI para sa'yo. Kaya makapag-flip classroom ka, diba? So, tingnan natin. Jigsaw activity, characteristics of solids, liquids, and gases. Group 1 sila ang solids. Pictures or samples of various solid. Ayan. Then content, characteristics, expert task. Ito daw yung pag-aaralan nila. Tapos expert task, examine the pictures. So ayan na yung gagawin ng bawat grupo. Diba? So group 3, ano yung group 4? Group discussion. Ayan, whole class discussion. Ibibigay na sa'yo lahat. Okay, ito naman yung project-based learning. Di ba, diniscuss ko rin kanina. Mahirap po kaya magbigay ng example kapag di mo naman topic yun. Yung topic nyo na nga na, nahihirapan pa kayo mag-isip, di ba? Yung specialization nyo, it takes time. Okay daw, project, investigating states of matter. May introduction, may materials. Talagang di ba yung PBL talaga namang ganito na really planned. Procedure, may planning, gathering objects, observation, testing, categorization, conclusion, presentation, evaluation. Oh, 'di ba? So ngayon, kung paano mo na lang i-implement 'yan, yun na lang ang pag-aaralan mo. So more time. Pag gusto mo naman gamification inside your class, 'yan. 'Di ba? Isang topic lang, sobra-sobra ibibigay sa iyo ni edu.ai. Kaya hindi talaga magiging boring yung klase mo for sure. Okay. Next, dito tayo sa gine-generate niya na ano ba 'to? Project. Ay, hindi pa yata ako. Add to workspace. Ayan. Project title. Ano ba yung, ano nga yung ano ko, game-based? Hindi pa ako nagkiklik ano, kung anong game pala, okay. So, ang game natin ay word search. Ang exam nyo na rin to. Okay, word search. Ito pang teacher talaga siya. 'Di ba? Yan, solid. Ayan, so magsa-search sila ng word. Ayan, tapos try natin ang stand up, sit down. Add to workspace. Gamification tong ginagawa natin. Stand up if you think it's water. Stand up if you think it's ice. Stand up if you think it's air. Stand up if you think it's basketball. Think a basketball is solid. Yung mga ganun, di ba? Oh, so more on kinesthetic. Kaya for sure, ang ganda ng klase niyo. Okay, and then the last one, questions. Ito na yon. So you can have fill in the blanks, true or false, matching questions. Try natin yung matching questions. Ayan, so matching type yan. Tapos tingnan natin yung scenario-based questions. Pang-HATS, higher order thinking skills. Ayan o, may mga scenario. Okay, di ba yung, if you are in that scene, what will you do? If you are in that situation, what will you do? Okay, so naggamit natin lahat up to questions, ano? Dito naman tayo sa feedback bot. Ito yung sinasabi ko sa inyo kanina, na let us say nagpa-essay kayo sa mga students nyo. Tapos itatype nyo dyan yung essay. I'll give example. Okay. Let us say, kukuha ko dito sa scenario. Naliliitan ko lang. Kunwari, pinagawa yung activity to. Sarah is, based on this scenario, identify the state. So, sasagutan yan, di ba, ng students. So, ngayon, kuha tayo ng sagot. Okay, so nakakuha na ako ng sagot. Balik ako dito. Ayan. So, ito yung sagot ng bata. Kinapi-paste mo. Kapag ano ka lang free, 15 words lang yan. Siyempre, nakakalungkot naman pag 15. So, ano ba hinahanap mo in the assignment of the students? Typographic feedback ba? Spelling and grammar ba? So, that's for English. Syntactical feedback ba? Deeper mechanics of writing? Semantic feedback ba? Logic and reasoning of writing? Custom feedback ba? Generate custom feedback using your own criteria or rubric. Siyempre, di ba gusto natin yung logic? Kasi scenario to eh. Scenario-based. So, semantic feedback. Logic and reasoning of writing. So, try natin, add to workspace. So, i-analyze niya. Magbibigay siya ng feedback dun sagot ng student. Feedback report, quality of augmentation, logic, reasoning, and use of rhetorical devices. So, sasabihin niya, ano sa introduction, the student text example provides descriptive and engaging description. The text effectively presents the argument that the process. Diba? So, if tutulungan ka niya na mag-feedback doon sa assignment mo, 'di ba? Nagagawa ba natin 'yan immediately? Syempre magbabasa ka pa, 'di ba? So hindi mo immediate na bibigyan ng feedback. Kaya nagle-lesson ka the next day, the next meeting, pero hindi mo naman na correct yung mga previous activities nila. So gagawin pa rin nila sa next meeting nyo, sa next activity. So, that's why this one is, I really appreciate. Tapos, pag may gusto ka ng, for example, what is, magta-type ka, what is, lalakihan ko lang. Meron kang word na hindi mo alam. What is curate? Yeah, like this, that one. What is curate? Enter. Yan, sasagutin ka na niya. Can have different meanings depending on the context. Ayan, okay. In the field of education, curating often the process of gathering and organizing resources. So, curating. Yan. So, all-in-one, nandito na rin siya. So, di ba iba nag-chat GPT? Ito yung EduAid chat, parang ganun din. Okay? Pero meron pa ako isang na-discover kanina dito. Ito, assessment builder. Ito yung mga up to 6 questions. So, assessment builder for grade 3. So, ano yung topic mo? Ano ba yung topic natin kanina? Wait lang, i-open ko lang yung topic. For assessment builder. So, this is grade 3 science. Okay, grade 3 students. Then, multiple choice ang gusto ko. Para for checking understanding, so i-generate yan. Dito yan. Ito pala, nandito pala sa gitna. Okay, so ilang pa? 1 hanggang 3 questions. Binigyan ka hanggang 3 questions. Kasi nga, solid liquid gas. So, try nyo yung short answer. Regenerate. Ayan. Okay, so bibigay mga short quiz, checking understanding, pwede na dito. Okay, and another thing, ayan, pag gusto nyo i-copy yung nagawa nyo, dito lang yan. Pwede nyo ring i-edit. You can edit. Yan o, pwede kayo mag-type dyan. Pwede kayo mag-delete. Okay? And another thing, balik tayo dito, no? Sa generator. Meron ditong part ng independent Wait lang. I think sa assistant. Ayun, accessibility. Yan, evidence-based intervention list. 'Di ba sa sorry. Sa DepEd, pinaghahanap kayo ng mga interventions. Ano nga ba intervention? Mag-isa, syempre, you need to read literature, di ba? So, click nyo tong accessibility. Nandito ako sa assistant. Kanina, professional duties. Yan yon. So, may mga syllabus starter, newsletter, student update, learning skill comments. Dito sa accessibility. Evidence-based. Ang dami nyo pwedeng gawin. Grabe. I-ano nyo na lang. I-explore nyo. Add to workspace. Ayan. So, ang maganda dito, intervention 1, hands-on sorting activities. So, bibigyan niya kayo ng mga, parang pang-intervention nga, let's say, di ba meron kayong mga remedial classes. You have identified to mga estudyante nito hindi makasunod. So, ito yung mga intervention na pwede mong gawin. Tapos, yung mga intervention na yan ay based on research. The effects of hands-on science activities on student achievement. Ibibigay pa sa'yo kung sino yung author. Research article 2, hands-on learning in science, a meta-analysis. Ano yung intervention 2? Interactive multimedia presentations. Oh. Intervention 3, pwede ka daw mag-inquiry based. At base yan dito sa mga research na to. Diba? Bibigyan ka na niya ng reading. So, babasahin mo naman paano ginawa dun sa research na yun para ma-apply mo sa classroom. In collaborative group work. Ayan. So, research 1, the effects of collaborative learning. At least, yung di ba ganun ang gusto ng DepEd? Kaya kayo pinag-action research? Because they want that, since that research is not one of the trust of DepEd, but mainly focusing on learning. Pero gusto ng DepEd na lahat ng gagawin nyo sa DepEd, kung kayo ay classroom teacher, lahat ng gagawin nyo inside the classroom ay based on research. O, di ba? So, ito pwede mo itong isama sa lesson plan mo. Na yung ginagawa mo based on research. Di ba? Okay. So, I think I gave you a lot, so much. At ayan, may icebreaker din, team building activity. So, explore nyo na lang. 335 lang yan per month. May explore nyo. Makukuha nyo yung mga gusto nyo makuha. Lalo na kung may demonstration kayo, may observation. So, ang daming activities. Okay? So, if you don't have questions, I will end my presentation here. So, thank you so much for listening.
Thank you so much, ma'am, for giving us different innovations, especially the introductions of AI in innovations in education. Thank you so much. So, my dear attendees, if you have questions, you can type it in the chat box or you can click the raise hand button so that we can unmute you. All right, so I think there are no questions, ma'am, because the discussion was very comprehensive. Thank you so much. So we can proceed now to the awarding of certificate. Magister Servus Certificate of Recognition. This certificate is awarded to Dr. Joseline M. Santos of Bulacan State University for her invaluable contributions as a member of the National Technical Working Group and resource person to National Training on Innovations in Pedagogical Practices with a team Bridge to create interactive and pandemic-related instructional materials. with a special session 3, Innovations to Teaching and Creating an Innovative Classroom, held the second day of March 2024. May you continue to be with us in helping countries around the world achieve quality education through global collaboration. Thank you so much again, ma'am, for sharing your time and for sharing your passion in education. Thank you so
Okay, thank you
much.
din po Sir Edgar at sa lahat ng attendees.
So now let's proceed with the session evaluation. Do not forget to you can scan this to access the evaluation. Although the link of this evaluation will be sent to your email. So let's end the session with a closing prayer. Thank you for attending our live session. It is an honor to be your learning service provider. We hope to see you in our succeeding online program. Thank you so much.